Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ria and this is your astrology forecast for the full moon in Leo happening on 16th Feb 2022. So let's get started. And one more thing, I post weekly video horoscopes, new moon video horoscopes and full moon video horoscopes on this channel, and you can watch those if you are interested. So a full moon is when the sun and the moon are in opposition, and a full moon typically represents an ending point, a completion point, a release point. So things come to a close on a full moon. Now this full moon is happening in the sign of Leo. So themes associated with the sign of Leo will be highlighted on this full moon. Leo is our heart's desire. Leo is creativity. Leo is love and romance, and it's what we love to do, right? That's Leo. So these themes in general might be touched upon on this full moon, but more importantly, this full moon is happening at 27 degrees of Leo. If you are someone who knows your chart, that's where this energy will impact you, at 27 degrees of Leo, whichever house that is in for you. So essentially speaking, it's an end point, it's a completion point, it's a culmination point, and Leo themes of love, romance, creativity can be highlighted on this full moon. Now this full moon is making a important aspect, right? It is making a grand cross with the nodes, the north node and the south node, with Rahu and Ketu. And what that means is that this full moon is a release point, yes, but it's also a gateway, right? It's a gateway of stepping into the future and letting go of the past. The north node, Rahu, is the future, right? It represents the future. It represents where we are going. And the south node represents the past. The south node is called Ketu as well. It represents what we are leaving behind. So when the full moon makes this aspect, a grand cross like this, right, can mean that this full moon is a point where we can really let go of the past, release the past, end the past, complete the past, and step into the new, into the future. So that's essentially what this moon is all about, right? Letting go of the past and stepping into the future. And a few more things. On this full moon, Mars and Venus are conjunct. Now this aspect can lead to two situations on this full moon. But before we get into that, let me tell you a little bit more about this full moon. So a full moon, generally speaking, can feel slightly challenging, and that's because the sun, our soul, and the moon, our emotions, are opposing one another, right? They're so-called in opposition. So it, generally speaking, a full moon energy feels kind of stressful, feels charged up. So just be mindful of that, and this full moon is no different. And another thing, that as we build up to this full moon, right, on Tuesday, we might feel that build up, yes, but we might also feel slightly stressed, because on Tuesday, before the full moon on Wednesday, the moon in Leo squares Uranus and opposes Saturn, and these aspects can feel challenging. So just keep your stress levels low as we build up to this full moon, and this full moon is a powerful full moon that can really help us leave the past and step into the future. And on this full moon, Mars and Venus are conjunct, right? They are together. Mars is the planet of passion, of drive, and Venus is our projects and relationships. And this aspect can give us immense passion for love, for relationships, for our projects, or it can frustrate us about the same things, about our relationships, about our projects. So that tendency can be there of either having intense passion and going after your relationships and projects and love, or it can lead to some frustration, right? So that can happen on this full moon as well. And on this full moon, Jupiter is sextiling Uranus as well. And what that means is there's a lot of sudden, unexpected energy on this full moon, right? Sudden insights, sudden epiphanies, sudden changes, unexpected changes can come about as well. So that pretty much sums it up for this full moon. And to close it out, I would say that this full moon is a gateway of letting go of the past, the South Node Ketu, and stepping into the future, the North Node Rahu. And on this full moon, either we have intense passion for our relationships, projects, love life, Venus related things, or frustration about the same. And there is sudden energy, sudden insights can happen, sudden changes, unexpected ideas might come about, realizations might happen, right? So that's the basic full moon energy. And the build up to the full moon can feel slightly challenging because the moon in Leo makes two stressful aspects. So keep your stress levels low as we build up to the full moon on Wednesday. And now I will pull a few cards for this full moon. So let's get started. It says pleasure, right? Leo is the sign that rules the fifth house. The fifth house is the house of pleasure as well. It's about what makes you happy. So perhaps what this card is trying to tell us is that to step into the future and let go of the past, think about what makes you happy, right? Think about that. Enlightenment. Enlightenment is a thing associated with Uranus, right? And Jupiter and Uranus are in a sextile on this full moon. And what this represents to me is that this full moon can be a moon that brings insights, epiphanies, ideas. So that energy is there as well. Let's go with one more. It says action, and I think this card is telling us to go after what we want, right? Let go of the past, step into the future, and for that we might have to take action. And this will be the second week of the whole year that all planets are direct. Last week was the first week. And what that means is since last week, the energy shifted, right? The beginning of the year was more about review till the first week of Feb. But now, since last week, the energy is about making things happen, going after what you want. So perhaps in taking action, one can move from the past into the future. So I think I'll close it out at this today. And to sum it up, I would say that this full moon is a gateway of sorts, right? It's an opportunity for us to let go of the past and step into the future. And sudden ideas, insights, epiphanies, unexpected things are possible. We must focus on our happiness, right? And perhaps taking action is what will help us step into the future and let go of the past. So that's pretty much it from my side, and I will see you next time. Bye.